Welcome back to Deep Dive. Today we're stepping into the Gilded Age, a really fascinating time of huge wealth, big changes. We're looking at the clothes, the fashion, and, well, the beauty standards.
Yeah, exactly. Our goal here is to really get into how women presented themselves back then. We'll look at the sources on, the silhouettes, the fabrics, and that famous Gibson girl. It's more than just clothes, right? It's about society.
Okay, let's unpack that. The sources mention these really exaggerated silhouettes.
Yeah.
What did that actually look like? How did they do that?
Well, it's quite something how clothing literally shaped the body. So first, in the 1870s, 1880s, you had the bustle, a big feature.
Sound right.
Yeah, it created this really noticeable protrusion at the back, emphasizing the rear, And it wasn't simple, it evolved, needed padding, sometimes even steel springs inside.
Steel springs, wow. Must have been awkward to set.
You'd think so. Definitely sculpted the behind, but then things shifted.
Okay, so what came next?
Moving into the later part, late 1890s, early 1900s, the bustle faded and the S-bend came in, or sometimes called the powder pigeon.
S-bend. How did that work?
It used a different kind of corset, a straight front one. Basically, it pushed the bust way forward and the hips back, created this very distinct S-curve.
Ah, I see. Narrow waist, big bust.
Exactly, a full monobosom look at the front. And get this, they actually marketed this really rigid thing as a health corset.
A health corset, seriously?
Seriously. Tells you a lot about the thinking back then, doesn't it? About appearance versus maybe comfort.
Definitely. And beyond just the shape, the sources talk about sheer opulence. The details sound incredible.
Oh, absolutely. Extravagance is the word. Dresses had layers upon layers, ruffles, lace, fringe, pleats, shirring, just tons of detail.
And the materials?
Luxurious, wealthy women wore silk, velvet, satin, and these were often heavily embroidered metallic threads, beads, even jewels sewn right on.
Wow. What about, like, necklines and sleeves?
Well, for daytime, usually high collars, long sleeves. Sleeves got really puffy and big in the 1890s. That was a huge trend. But for evening, total contrast.
Oh, so?
Really low necklines, quite daring, showing off the chest and shoulders. And colors were rich jewel tones, but also pastels. Often designers used contrasting colors in one outfit.
So, covered up by day, revealing at night. Interesting.
It does sort of reflect those separate spheres for women, but towards the end, you started seeing more practical things too.
Like what?
Like shirtwaists, basically tailored blouses, but still fancy and tailored suits. Women were getting more active, cycling, golf.
Right, reflecting changing roles.
Exactly. And a lot of this style came from Europe, especially Paris. Wealthy Americans would literally travel to designers like Charles Frederick Worth.
Okay, so that's the clothes.
Yeah.
What about the beauty ideal itself? The sources point to the Gibson girl. Who was she?
Ah, the Gibson girl. Yeah, she was the icon, especially in the later Gilded Age, thanks to Charles Dana Gibson's drawings.
What was her look?
Tall, statuesque, definitely curvy. That S-bend silhouette helped, with the pronounced bust and hips, but a very small, cinched waist, long neck, and the hair.
Big hair, right.
Huge. Piled high in a pompadour or bouffant, often with curls cascading down. Long hair was essential, always worn up. And pale skin was really admired, showed you didn't work outdoors. Parasols were key.
And makeup.
Very minimal. Heavy makeup was seen as improper, maybe some discreet rouge or, pinching cheeks for a bit of color.
But she wasn't just about looks, was she? The sources suggest more.
Absolutely not. That's what's so interesting. The Gibson girl, she also represented a kind of new independence, confidence. You'd see illustrations of her cycling, playing tennis, attending college. Smart, capable.
So a step away from just being delicate.
Yes, a definite contrast to an earlier ideal in the Gilded Age, sometimes called the cult of frailty, where, looking delicate, even fainting partly thanks to tight corsets, was almost admired. The Gibson girl was active, engaged, a subtle shift.
Any other maybe stranger beauty things?
Well, blonde and red hair were very fashionable, so much so that some women apparently tried bleaching their hair with vinegar.
Did that work?
Not well. Reports suggest it actually caused hair loss. Probably not the intended effect.
Ouch. Okay, so looking back at all this, the corsets, the Gibson girl, the luxury,
Yeah.
What's your main takeaway about the era?
I think it boils down to extremes. Extreme wealth leading to extreme lavishness in dress. Very defined, almost artificial silhouettes shaped by corsets. And then this emerging ideal of the Gibson girl, beautiful in a conventional way, yes, but also embodying this new confidence and subtle independence for women, it really captures the era's contradictions.
It really does, and it makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How do our fashion choices, our beauty standards today reflect our own society, our values, ideas about health, independence? Definitely something to chew on. Join us next time for another deep dive.
Thanks for watching our channel. If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe.